From origins to a little trolling and feng shui. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Interesting Touhou Facts, the series where I talk about facts from Touhou that I find either fun, unusual, or simply interesting. So without further ado, let's begin the Interesting Touhou Facts number 61. Number 5. I want to talk about the hermits for a bit. We know that Miko and Futo are hermits slash shikaisen, but there seems to be a small difference from the two of them. Futo is labeled only a shikaisen, while Miko, under the species category, has two. Miko is a hermit while being a saint as well. You may be asking why the difference. The possibility of the difference could lie in the fact that Futo never having stopped being an ordinary human, while Miko on the other hand said, "Fuck it, let's be a saint." Well, probably not in the same words, but you get the idea. For those who don't know what a saint is, to put it simply, in most definition is a figure canonized as holy in religion, often recognized for their devotion and contributions to their faith. Prince Shotoko, the person Miko is based on, came to be considered a saint after his death. Well, it looks like Miko decided she wanted an upgrade of sorts. Number 4. The great thing about the print works is that many times we're able to see a lot of the cast from the series, although in small cameos. Hey, an appearance is better than no appearance, I would assume. While on the subject, we meet someone who I was not expecting, to be honest. It's nothing crazy like Mima or Shinki though. On chapter 6 of Forbidden Scrollery, we see the village. Here, we have Lily White, so I can assume it's spring. Next to her is a certain book reading yokai, Tokiko. I'll admit, when I first read this chapter, I was shocked to see her. I was curious to see if she was going to get any screen time on Forbidden, but alas, it was not her time. The question is, will there ever be a time for her? Number 3. Another great thing about the print works is that there are times when the story trolls its characters and the effects are hilarious. So in Wilds and Horned Hermit, chapter 7, Reimu, Marissa, and Sanae are at the shrine and they are talking about a certain god of fortune. Simply put, if this god visits your place, your business will boom. While trying to learn more about this god, they hypothesized that this god could be a human from the outside world given the stories. Marissa comments that the god may not be a human anymore, but an actual god, and says that there's no way a human could turn into a god. Well, Marissa, about that, Me? What about me? Well, at least you tried, Sanae. You can't help but feel sad for her after she tried to point out the supposed human becoming a god. Well, it's better to be ignored than to be called crazy for trying to point out you're a god. Number 2. For this part, I want to talk about Mamizo's and the origins for her character. So back in episode 59, I talked about how Mamizo doesn't get along with Kitsune. I also mentioned that Mamizo was from Sado. From these facts, we can safely assume Mamizo is probably based on Japan's 3 famous tanuki, Danzaburu Danuki of Sado Island, one of the most famous tanuki in Japanese folklore. He was the boss of tanuki on Sado, who drove off the foxes from the island. They really don't like the foxes, don't they? In another, Danzaburo was a moneylender who freely loaned money to the people. He was also said to be responsible for mirages at Futasuwa, a rock formation in Aikawa, Sado. Those tanuki, however, were great yokai who possessed divinity and were recorded as Futasuwa Daimyojin. Well, if Mamizo is indeed based on this tanuki, then damn, she's pretty ballin'. Number 1. In this fact, I want to talk about Futo's ability, as I find it weird to be honest. Now her ability is manipulating feng shui. The thing is that this ability is never mentioned in any official material aside from a note in Symposium. Feng shui is the flow of ki, particularly the flow of ki according to the environment. Now the question is, what the fuck is ki? Well, in traditional Chinese culture, ki or qi is an active principle forming part of any living being. Ki literally translates as breath, air, or gas, and figuratively as material energy, life force, or energy flow. Okay, let's run with that. To manipulate feng shui is to apply some treatment to the surrounding environment and artificially change the flow of ki, and it is something that manipulates fate and fortune. Okay, so Futo's trying to change the flow of ki. Weird, but sure, why not? Sounds more unique than kicking, that's for sure. Although it has a high effect on fixed things like towns and houses, its effect is thin on things that busily move, like people and animals. I can imagine this ability wouldn't be the most effective when it comes to battles or spellcore duels, considering the girls are bloody flying at that point, so forget about things being stagnant. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which facts were your favorite? Would you like to see Tokiko or any other characters have more appearance in the series? Do you feel sorry for Sanae? Or do you find Futo's ability cool but weird? Like always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Tokiko and other characters might never get another appearance again. Either way, this is Magi and thanks again for watching.